The shovel bites the cold, hard clay. Another grave to mark the day. The preacher mumbles words of grace, while grief carved lines on every face. The pine box rests on trembling ground. The silence wraps a hollow sound. A mother's wail splits through the air. Hot tears fall heavy, full of despair. Cold earth and hot tears at every burial. The weight of loss feels so surreal. Each spade of dirt, a chapter closed. Bury the love that we once chose. The moon hangs low, a witness still. Its pale light fades on the distant hill. The crows take flight, their cries a song for the ones we've loved and now gone. Oh, the dark keeps secrets deep and cruel. A heart becomes a stranger's tool. With every scream a soul does fray, as life's warmth slips further away. Cold earth and hot tears at every burial. The weight of loss feels so surreal. Each spade of dirt, a chapter closed. Bury the love that we once chose.
Barefoot they run through the blackened ground. Laughter echoes where silence once drowned. Little hands sift through what's left of the past, playing in ashes, a world burned too fast. And children of the ashes, they don't know the tale of rivers that once ran and skies that didn't pale. They play in the ruins where the old dreams fell, innocent surviving in a world turned to hell. A rusted swing creaks, a ghost of the breeze, beneath the dead branches of lifeless trees. They build castles from soot where kingdoms once stood, unaware of the loss or the cost of the good. The wind carries whispers, the cries of the gone, a hymn of despair, the earth's mournful song. They scream in the dark the weight they don't bear, while shadows of history linger in the air. A doll with no eyes, a truck without wheels. They laugh at the broken, they don't know it heals. Their voices rise up like smoke to the sky, a reminder of hope where all hope should die. Children of the ashes, they don't know the tale of rivers that once ran and skies that didn't pale. They play in the ruins where the old dreams fell, innocent surviving and the world turned to hell. The chapel stood on the hill so high, where prayers would rise to the evening sky. A shell came roaring, tore through the stone, left us standing in the dust alone. The stained glass shattered, colors bled, saints and angels now lie with the dead. The bell won't ring, its voice is gone, and faith feels lost with the morning's dawn. Oh, the shell that fell, it silenced the sound of hope and grace in this hollowed out ground. A town once strong, now broken and bare. We're left with nothing but smoke in the air. Preacher's words, they carried no weight against the force of a fiery fate. No hymns could rise from the ruin below, just cries of sorrow where faith used to grow. Some say the Lord has turned away, left us to wander, to lose our way. But I wonder if He's crying too, for the chapel, the town, and me and you. Oh, the shell that fell, it silenced the sound of hope and grace in this hollowed out ground. A town once strong, now broken and bare. We're left with nothing but smoke in the air. The stove's gone cold, the ashes reek, a lonesome chair where no one stays. The clock ticks off, the mournful sound in this hollow place. No life is found. The windows rattle, the wind slides in, a whispering ghost of where we floorboards creak beneath my boots. A ghostly waltz of broken roots. A picture hangs, its colors bled, faces smiling, now long dead. The air is thick, the past won't fade. Every corner a memory made. Screaming out, my voice won't fill this emptiness, this aching still. Empty halls, no echoes sing, just the weight of what loss can bring. Houses stand with hearts of stone, rooms forgotten, left alone. The ground still trembles, the air's full of dust, a silence broken by cries and rust. Lanterns flicker in the cold damp night, searching for faces in the pale moonlight. Under the rubble, under the stone, hearts are aching, they're never alone. Fingers bleed, digging through the fight. Villagers search by the lantern light. A child's shoe, a torn photograph, the echoes of life in a cruel aftermath. Mothers weep, their voices torn, praying for souls that the earth has worn. Under the rubble, under the stone, hearts are aching, they're never alone. Fingers bleed, digging through the fight. Villagers search by the lantern light. Whispers of names they call, hopes rise and shatter like fragile walls. The scream of the earth, it deafens the heart, but they won't stop searching, not in the dark. The lantern dims as the dawn starts to creep. Shadows grow longer, the grief runs deep. One by one they lay tools aside, but the pain in their eyes, it'll never subside. Sunrise broke, but the cupboards didn't fill. The cow stood silent on the frozen hill. The baby's cry cut through the morning gray. No milk to hush it, just dreams decay. No milk at sunrise, just a groan
hands cracked and raw. He muttered curses to a God he once saw. The sore won't heal and the winter won't end. This kind of hunger's too hard to defend. No milk at sunrise, just the groans of the land. Empty stomachs and a fate we can't withstand. The earth don't answer and the heavens don't care. We're left to suffer in this cold, bitter air. The fields once golden now is gray as the sky. We work till we're broken, but the crops still die. The wind howls louder than the prayers we send, and every sunrise feels like it could be the end. Mama keeps sewing patches on her dream, but the thread keeps snapping and her tears stream. The chickens don't cluck, the barn door swings wide. Emptiness lingers where hope used to hide. The porch lights out, it's a ghost in the night. Where we used to sit, bathe in soft firefly light. Now the boards are charred, just a memory's breath. A cradle of love now swallowed by death. Oh, the porch that once held peace, now reduced to ash. Dreams and whispers swept away in the crash. Echoes of laughter now haunt the breeze. The fire took the heart, left us on our knees. The old swing's gone, just a chain in the dirt, where mama used to hum through joy and hurt. The screen door's twisted, it don't creak no more. The home we built now a shadow of war. Oh, the porch that once held peace, now reduced to ash. Dreams and whispers swept away in the crash. Echoes of laughter now haunt the breeze. The fire took the heart, left us on our knees. The oak tree still stands, though its limbs are bare. It watched the flames rise and still it stares. And I scream at the night, but it don't scream back. Just a hollow silence where the memories crack. I sift through the rubble, find a picture frame. Two faces smiling, but it don't feel the same. I hear the wind howl like a wolf in pain. This ground holds the scars of
The skies turn black, the sirens moan. The house feels colder, I'm all alone. Dust settles thick on the window pane. I call for mama, but it's all in vain. The clock ticks loud, each second crawls. Shadows stretch long across these walls. I clutch her picture, hold it tight, praying she'll come home tonight. Mama, are you safe down there? The world above is cracked and bare. I'm just a child lost in the storm, waiting for your arms to keep me warm. I hear the rumble, the ground it shakes, the kind of sound that heartbreak makes. I run to the door, my breath is thin, hoping, praying you'll walk in. The silence cuts sharper than a knife. Each moment feels like a stolen life. I scream your name into the void. A little boy lost, his heart destroyed. Mama, are you safe down there? The world above is cracked and bare. I'm just a child lost in the storm, waiting for your arms to keep me warm. The wheel stood still at the edge of town, where the moonlight fell and the pines looked down. But the water's black, it don't shine no more, tainted with smoke and blood from a war. Oh, the village cries, the air's so thick, ashes and whispers make the clock tick. No drink to quench, no way to pray. The only well's gone, lost its way. Mothers call to children who won't come home. The fields lay barren, the soil won't grow. A bucket load brings nothing but pain, a taste of sorrow in every chain. Oh, the village cries, the air's so thick, ashes and whispers make the clock tick. No drink to quench, no way to pray. The only well's gone, lost its way. Smoke rises high where the fire once fed, ghosts of the living and ghosts of the dead. A scream breaks loose, a curse on the land, a poison well by a stranger's hand. The preacher's words echo hollow and dry, his prayers get lost in the broken sky. They'll leave this place, but the mark will stay, a scar in the earth that won't fade away.
find snakes around the corner in the cold and bitter rain. Empty hands clutching paper, trading hunger for the pain. Echoes in the distance, the bombs shake the hollow ground. A silent prayer for mercy, but no answers to be found. Lines for bread, shadows cast so long, dreams turn to whispers where the weak don't belong. Echoes of the thunder still meets the sky. We wait for tomorrow as the living learn to cry. The old man shakes and shivers, his breath a cloud of frost. His story is lost in whispers, a history embossed. The children hold their mothers, their eyes too young to see that hope is just a stranger and freedom's not for free. Lines for bread, shadows cast so long, dreams turn to whispers where the weak don't belong. Echoes of the thunder still meets the sky. We wait for tomorrow as the living learn to cry. And the bombs they keep on falling, tearing through the night. The stars they used to follow have vanished out of sight. A scream cuts through the silence, a voice too raw to heal. It carries all our sorrow, it's the only thing that's real. The moonlight paints the faces, weary, pale, and worn. Each one tells a story of a life so bruised and torn. And yet we keep on standing, though the weight feels like stone. Together in this darkness, none of us alone. Through the frost of a night that won't forgive, shadows of bayonets where ghosts still live. A cry in the wind, a song carved in pain, echoes of sorrow through the cold, bitter rain. Oh, a cold lullaby, it cuts through the night with sobs in the dark and no end in sight. A voice that's been broken, it still tries to sing a melody frozen on a shattered wing. The ground whispers tales of those who once stood, their names etched in silence, their stories in blood. The trees hold the weight of 1,000 lost dreams, while the river runs cold, reflecting their screams. Oh, a cold lullaby, it cuts through the night with sobs in the dark and no end in sight. A voice that's been broken, it still tries to sing a melody frozen on a shattered wing.
subside. The lullaby lingers, it won't be denied. For the scars that we carry, the wounds we disguise, the song of the broken never truly dies. The moon hangs low, a ghostly glare. Dusty boots sink in the night's despair. His hands are trembling, his breath is thin. A battle outside, but the war's within. God forgive what I can't undo. This blood-stained ground's a bitter hue. I whisper to the shadows, I shout to the air. This is my burden, my whispered prayer. The rifle's cold, its weight so real, a quiet companion to the pain I feel. He's just a shadow in my crosshairs frame, but shadows have faces and faces have names. God forgive what I can't undo. This blood-stained ground's a bitter hue. I whisper to the shadows, I shout to the air. This is my burden, my whispered prayer. The silence breaks with a deafening sound. Echoes roll through the battleground. I see his eyes as he falls to the floor, but his face will haunt me forevermore. The stars above, they mark my pain. Their light untouched by the blood-red stain. I close my eyes, but I still see the man I was, the man I can't be.
The wind crawls through the hollow trees, whispers on the midnight breeze. Shadows stretch where the lamplight fades, carrying cries from the unmarked graves. Drums that echo, a mournful sound like voices trapped beneath the ground. A hollow thrum, a ghostly choir rising up from the funeral pyre. Footsteps fall on the gravel road, each step heavy with tales untold. The moon hangs low, a pale disguise, watching the earth where silence lies. Drums that echo, a mournful sound like voices trapped beneath the ground. A hollow thrum, a ghostly choir rising up from the funeral pyre. Screams tear through the pitch black night, shattered memories claw for life. those who walk alone. The earth can't keep its secrets deep. Roots grow restless, shadows creep. Every beat a story untold of broken hearts and lives grown cold.
Empty helmets scattered wide, shadows linger where they died. No boots marching, no flags raised high, just the silence of a ghost-filled sky. Echoes of voices lost to the breeze, stories buried beneath the trees. No one left to cry or grieve, only the wind has permission to breathe. Rusty steel and broken bones, a field of war now overgrown. The earth has swallowed every name, but the scars remain just the same. Echoes of voices lost to the breeze, stories buried beneath the trees. No one left to cry or grieve, only the wind has permission to breathe. The ground remembers every step, the blood, the tears, the secrets kept. It whispers tales to the stars above of hatred's cost and a lack of love. Empty helmets, a solemn sight, witness to an endless fight. The moon casts shadows on this grave, a field of the fallen, silent and brave. The earth still whispers where the fire once roared. Ashes and shadows line the old dirt floor. The bones of the past rattle in the night, faint echoes of hell just out of sight.
oak still clings to the weeping pine. The wind hums a dirge, mournful malign. Every step feels like a sin reborn. The weight of this place leaves my soul torn. Oh, faint echoes, they scream and they cry. Memories burn though the flames have died. Haunted by shadows, can't escape the smell of the faint echoes from where stood hell. Rusted chains lie where they dragged us down. Bloodstains still seep through the cursed ground. A blackened crow circles, calling my name. This scarred land will never be the same. No solace, just a hollow bell ringing the faint echoes of hell. Oh, faint echoes, they scream and they cry. Memories burn though the flames have died. Haunted by shadows, can't escape the smell of the faint echoes from where stood hell.
There's a fog rolling heavy, it don't clear the air. Boots in the dirt, there's a chill everywhere. The colors we carry, they all look the same. Flesh, flags, and blood, just a part of the game. The faces are shadows, lost in the fray. You can't tell a brother from the ones you betray. The cries of the fallen, they echo tonight. Flesh, flags, and blood in the dim firelight. And who are we fighting? And who do we mourn? The lines that we drew, now tattered and torn. The screams of the earth, the heavens above. Flash, flags, and blood, indistinguishable love. The red of the soil stains every hand. We march for a purpose we don't understand. The banners they wave, but they all start to blur. Flesh, flags, and blood is all that occurs. I shout to the heavens, will it ever end? But the answer is silence, no foe and no friend. The wind carries whispers, but they don't make it clear. Flesh, flags, and blood, all lost to the fear. And who are we fighting? And who do we mourn? The lines that we drew, now tattered and torn. The screams of the earth, the heavens above. Flesh, flags, and blood, indistinguishable love.
sorrow, blood paints the clay, where the sun won't rise and the skies turn gray. A rifle still warm, but the hands are cold. Stories untold, in the dark they unfold. Ghosts in the trenches, they whisper and moan. Shadows of brothers who'll never go home. Their cries haunt the wind, their faces the ground. The silence of death, where no peace is found. The earth trembles softly, as though it still grieves for the lives it has swallowed, for the dreams it bereaves. Shells carve the night, the stars are erased, and the scent of despair is all that we taste. Ghosts in the trenches, they whisper and moan. Shadows of brothers who'll never go home. Their cries haunt the wind, their faces the ground. The silence of death, where no peace is found. The spirits rise screaming, the air thick with pain. A war fought in shadows, the scars still remain. Their voices like thunder, they echo, they fight. In the trenches of darkness, there's no end in sight. Cast a pall on this wasteland of woe. Restless souls wander, no place left to go. The ground bears their burden, the weight of their strife. Forever they're caught between death and life. Underneath the pine and the cold gray stone, they rest in the earth, forgotten, alone. No names carved deep, no stories to tell, just whispers of battles and echoes of hell. Fields turn red where their courage bled. A rifle's crack, now silence instead. No letters home, no tearful goodbye, just nameless graves 'neath an unmarked sky. Unknown, their faces lost, their names overthrown. In the soil they sleep, in the dark they remain. Soldiers who died with no one to name. Dog tag, a torn uniform. The rain and the wind have weathered their form. The ground keeps their secrets, their blood-soaked pain, and the cries of their youth dissolve with the rain. Who will remember? Who will
of sorrow, a hymn of despair for the nameless who rest unknown everywhere. They fought, they fell for reasons unknown, their faces lost, their names overthrown. In the soil they sleep, in the dark they remain, soldiers who died with no one to name. Sand still clings to my boots at night. Echoes of gunfire blur my sight. Shadows creep where the silence grows, a shattered mind where the cold wind blows. I see their faces in the flickering flame, each one a ghost whispering my name. The weight of it all is a heavy chain, dragging me back to that field of pain. Oh, the cries of the mournful guitar, they cut through the dark like a battle scar. Screams what I can't confess, the cost of war, a soul's distress. The whiskey burns, but it won't erase the hollow ache, the empty space. I shout to the night, but it shouts back loud, lost in the storm of a blackened cloud. They say time heals, but it only hides the broken pieces deep inside. The guitar wails what I can't explain, a heart that beats to a soldier's pain. Oh, the cries of the mournful guitar, they cut through the dark like a battle scar. Every note screams what I can't confess, the cost of war, a soul's distress.
rusty boots on broken ground, a crimson trail where dreams are drowned. Echoes of war in the silent night. The past clings tight like a ghost in flight. Soldiers' footprints soaked in blood, through the rain, the tears, the flood. Every step tells a story untold of a heart once warm, now turned cold. Shattered walls and skies of gray, where sunlight fears to find its way. In the shadows, and names carved deep for the ones we lost, the ones we keep. Soldiers' footprints soaked in blood, through the rain, the tears, the flood. Every step tells a story untold of a heart once warm, now turned cold. Screams still linger in the wind, the weight of sins, the battle's pen. Each heartbeat fights to break the chain, but the echoes call me back again. Fields of fire, rivers of pain, the scars of war still leave their stain. And though I walk, I can't escape this endless march, this bitter fate. Of the morning, I ride alone. Every step on this earth feels like a heavy stone. The cries of the fallen, they echo in my mind. A general's burden, no peace can I find. Each soul that I led now lays me to rest. The stars in the sky, they flicker and fade. A dark path I walk for the choices I made. I hear their voices, they call out my name. A shadow that haunts me, a ghost I can't tame. Every life I commanded now weighs on my soul. Alone just deepens the pain. The blood on my hands still falls like the rain. The fields are all silent, but the screams still remain. The weight of my sins is a shackle and chain. What's the price of valor when there's no one to save? The faces of the fallen, they haunt every night. I'm a prisoner of guilt.
shadow cast long and wide, forever burdened by the lives that died.
He stood by the door, boots on the floor, the ring in his hand. He swore he'd do more, promised he'd fight for the land of the free, but he left me behind with the weight of that plea. The sky turned to black as the seasons rolled by. No letters, no whispers, just silence to cry. I waited each night with the lamp burning low, but the man with the ring never walked through the snow. The ring he took, it still haunts my dreams, a cold bitter truth that tears at the seams. The vows that we made, now buried and gone. The ring he took, but his soul's moving on. I still see a shadow out there in the field, the ghost of a promise, a heart left unhealed. The winds carry whispers of battles he'd fight, but the war took his body and swallowed the light. I screamed to the heavens, but the stars didn't care. They just blinked in their coldness, my grief laid bare. A widow in waiting, though papers say no. The ring he took burns in the frost and the woe. The ring he took, it still haunts my dreams, a cold bitter truth that tears at the seams. The vows that we made, now buried and gone. The ring he took, but his soul's moving on.
The fields are quiet, no cries in the air, just smoke and shadows of ghostly despair. The earth is pale in crimson and gray. The sun hides its face, won't light up the day. Boots lie empty, their owners laid still. Dreams of the living turn cold on the hill. The wind whispers secrets it dare not repeat, a battlefield story carved deep in defeat. The smoke never clears, it clings to the ground, a shroud for the fallen, no solace is found. Their voices are gone, but their silence will stay. The echoes of war won't just fade away. I walk through the ashes, the stench and the grind. Each step feels heavy, weighed down by the time. My throat burns with sorrow, my eyes sting with loss. This land's been baptized in blood and its cause. I shout to the heavens, but they don't reply. The stars turn their backs to the tears in my eye. This ground knows the truth that no one will tell. It's a place where the living meet pieces of hell. The smoke never clears, it clings to the ground. A shroud for the fallen, no solace is found. Their voices are gone, but their silence will stay. The echoes of war won't just fade away.
The field is bare, the dust hangs low, the blood-soaked earth no longer glows. The flags are torn, the wind stands still, the echoes fade yet haunt me still. When the marching drums fall silent and the bugles cry no more, only sorrow walks beside me through this dark and hollow war. The shadows creep where brothers lay, no prayers to bring the light of day. The smoke is gone, but scars remain, a battlefield of endless pain. When the marching drums fall silent and the bugles cry no more, only sorrow walks beside me through this dark and hollow war. The stars don't shine like they did before. The river runs red to the distant shore. I scream at the moon, but it don't reply. Just me and this sorrow 'neath the blackened sky. The boots are gone, the rifles rust, the dreams we had all turned to dust. The songs we sang now bitter ash, our futures lost in a violent flash.
clock strikes 12, the town is still. A widow's sigh rolls down the hill. Her hands once warm now clasp the cold. A love gone young, her heart turned old. The porch light burns, the shadows creep. A rifle hangs where dreams used to sleep. The chair is empty, the boots are dust. She whispers prayers to steel and rust. Oh, the widow's waltz, they dance alone to a mournful tune, the past they've known. Each step a tear, each twirl a scar. Their partners lost in a distant star. The letters fade, the ink turns gray. Promises made in a yesterday. The field is quiet, the battle done, but grief keeps marching one by one. Raise your voices, cry to the skies, for sons and lovers who said goodbyes. The stars bear witness, the moon it weeps for generation lost, and secrets it keeps. Oh, the widow's waltz, they dance alone to a mournful tune, the past they've known. Each step a tear, each twirl a scar. Their partners lost in a distant star.